Hi YouTube family. Welcome to Memory Lane Monday. In this episode I'll be talking about skeletons in the closet. Well, in my family, actually on my dad's side of the family, there's 3 skeletons. Now, I didn't find out about them until I was a bit older, but I'll start with the first one. Now, my dad is the youngest of 5, and so he's got 4 sisters. And I had a favourite. His mum was always my favourite nan, and I was really close to her. She used to come down, stay with us a lot, and I used to go and stay with her. We used to watch the black and white movies, and she'd take me out, and there's lots of memories like that. I remember her getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do a little cleaning job. But she never ever mentioned. She mentions 3 of her daughters, like Doris, Margaret, and Ada, but never ever mentioned Mavis. And I heard one of them once say about Mavis, but she was never included in like family get-togethers or anything like that. I mean, I remember when we were kids, we used to go up and we all used to meet at my nan's, and all the other sisters would come over, but she was never there. And so it was really odd. So one day when my nan was staying down with us, I said to her, "How comes you never talk about Mavis?" And she always sort of like avoided it, answering it or anything like that. And anyway, I kept on, and she said to me, "My sister could never have kids." She said she could never have children, so I left Mavis up there with my sister. So I can't get my head around that one. I think one day what I'm going to have to do, because my nan's passed away now, and none of the family talk about it, but I often wonder whether, in those days, perhaps she had a child out of wedlock or something like that. I can't figure it out. I might have to do the family tree and have a look into that, because it's always been on my mind, that, and I think it's such a weird, strange thing. But I'll have to look into that one. So that one's the first one. I've never seen her, by the way. Not in my 52 years. I've never seen her. The next one is one of the other aunties, my Auntie Ada. Now, she lives in New Zealand, and I've seen her a few times. She used to come over, to London and that. She married a man from New Zealand and went over there to live when she was very young. And anyway, when I was about 16, I remember her coming to London, and it was quite exciting to see her, because you didn't get to see her that often. But I was at that age and I didn't quite understand what was going on. But she rented a flat near my nan. My nan lived at Pimlico then, and her and her son came over from New Zealand and they stayed there. And she got a little job, and I thought, well, that's a bit odd, It's not a holiday sort of thing. But anyway, as it turned out, years later, I found out that what had happened is she'd found out after years of marriage that her husband had a love child. That's it. But I thought that she'd only just found that out, But maybe she did, I don't know at the time. But years later, it all come out that her husband, used to make her buy like birthday card for the woman, that he was having the affair with, and presents for her birthday and Christmas, and for the boy. So I tell you, these family things that are in the closet that come out, it's awful. But anyway, so he would be like her son, her proper son with him now. I think he would be what would he be? Probably a bit about 54 or something by now. But and the other one I think was only a year younger than him. So yeah. Anyway, so that was the story of my Aunt Ada. And anyway, about 3 or 4 years ago, she rang my other auntie that lives in Pimlico and asked her could she come over and stay. Well, normally my auntie would have said yeah, but she was bringing this this woman that has got the love child. Apparently they've become best friends and they travel everywhere, and oh, it's really weird. It is really weird. Oh, these family things that prop up, don't they? Then there was another one. This is the third, all in the same family, all on my dad's side of the family. This is now. When I was say this is when I was about 16. I remember being in the front room at home, and by this time my mum and dad have been separated. You know, my mum had remarried, but my mum and dad had been married for 22 years, I think. Anyway, we were sitting in the front room, and my mum was reading this magazine, and it was I think it was the Bella magazine. It was the centre spread, and it was on about this woman that had given up 3 children for adoption, and the Salvation Army had traced these 3 kids. One was from Australia, I think one was from Shepton Mallet, I think, and the other one, I can't remember where the other one was from. But anyway, they'd all met up at Shepton Mallet on the beachfront with the mother. And it only turned out it was one of my aunties. Wow, should have seen me mum's face. She was like, I've never heard of this Jack. I've been in that family for years and years. She said, I'm going to get onto the phone and ring the old man. And I mean, she hadn't spoke to him, my dad, for years, but she got onto the phone and asked him, and he hadn't absolutely the faintest idea about these 3 kids. So the thing is about it is that she already had like she already had 5 children that we knew about, you know. And God, to see it in a magazine. Anyway, it turned out she did meet them all, you know, and they but I don't know what happened after that, because I wasn't that close to her. But just shows you, doesn't it, all these things that are in families. She's passed away now, and now I always think, well, I wonder why my nan was always so protective over her, you know. But she had children with all different men when she was young, and in them days it must have been really bad. But opens your eyes, doesn't it? You don't expect to see these things in families. And one of the children that she'd give up for adoption had cerebral palsy. Not cerebral palsy, but she was in a wheelchair. I can't remember what she had. I've never met them. I've only seen this in the magazine, you know, but fancy being married, like my mum and dad being married for all them years and knowing her, but never knowing that she'd give up them 3 kids. I mean, I understand there's probably circumstances with different people and different things, but I think it's because nobody knew, and that was the hard thing to come to terms with, really. But probably most families have got something in the closet to talk about, but I just thought I'd talk to you about that. And but I must get onto that and see if I can find out about the daughter that my nan left up in Yorkshire. She's still alive, and I saw a picture of her. I've never actually met her, but she looks a spitting image of my nan. And of course they're all quite elderly now. But so there you go. That's my Memory Lane Monday. God. Anyway, take care, everyone. See you next week. Bye for now.